How's it going, everyone? Welcome to this video. In this video we're going to look at how to paint Imperial Fists for the Horus Heresy Warhammer 30k. As you may know, yellow is a kind of difficult color scheme to pull off, but I tried to simplify it as much as possible and give you a few hints and tricks to get a very simple cookie cutter color scheme for your Imperial Fists. If you like this video, please like, comment and subscribe, and we will start. I'm going to start by priming the model in gray. I would recommend you to get a yellow primer because covering gray with the yellow, it's a lot of work. So if you can start with a base of the color that you need, that will be much better. First thing I'm going to do is cover the whole miniature in a layer of Yriel yellow. Because I started with a very light gray, I figured that it was going to be easy to cover it up with yellow, but this yellow is very watery and very transparent, so I ended up having to use about 6 layers of this color to get a solid color. If you can find the Army Painter spray primer yellow or the Citadel yellow, you can use either one of those and save you some time. If you have to apply multiple layers like I did, it's easy to mess it up and have strokes and pieces of drying paint around the model. So you have to apply different layers. It's gonna look patchy like it did a moment ago, but just as you apply new layers, make sure that the previous is dry. Apply layers quickly and watch out for crumbs of paint and bubbles. Once you're happy with the way the yellow looks, I'm going to use Seraphim Sepia, and with this color I'm going to wash all the recesses and line all the shadows around the model. I'm using a fine detail brush and using the wash, just working it onto the shadows. If you use a little too much, you can come back and clean up with irreal yellow. If you're going to get the yellow primer, I would really suggest for you to use a layer of irreal yellow on top, just to make sure that it's the same color and that the layer is even. And I seriously recommend you to get the primer because it'll make this color scheme much more easier. Once you have the layer of yellow down, the rest of the model is very easy. Once that's dry, I'm going to etch highlight all of the model with Screaming Skull. This is going to bring out the lightness of the yellow and tone it down a little bit towards a whitish color. Remember that you can use drying retarder, liquid drying retarder, to help you etch highlight easier. This will help you have the paint wet for longer and being able to use it for a longer while, because etch highlighting is one of the most time-consuming techniques when painting, but also one of the most effective, and you want to make it easier for yourself and you want to get good with it. Once that's done, I'm going to move on to painting the metal and black, and I'm going to base coat both of them with Abbadon black. I'm going to water it down and use it on all of the places that I want to be silver and black. Because yellow is very easy to stain with other colors or with dirt on your fingers or whatever, be very careful to be very clean and neat. If you mess it up, try to use irreal yellow to clean it up again. You will probably need to use multiple layers to get rid of the black entirely, because black is very dark and the layers, as you know, the irreal yellow is very transparent. So be careful so that you don't have to clean up as much. Next, I'm going to use Leadbellcher, and with this color I'm going to paint all of the silver areas. I decided to leave most of the details on black. I use very little silver to complement the color. I wanted the black parts to really stand out against the yellow, so I decided to use very minimal parts on silver. Again, remember that you have to thin down all of the colors that you use. Never use colors straight out of the pot. And be very careful to not stain the yellow paint job that you did. After that's done, I'm going to use Agrax Earthshade, and with this color I'm going to shade all of the metallic silver areas. This is a very easy step. The brown color is gonna make the silver appear old and worn, So it's pretty good. You can use Nuln oil if you want a cleaner iron color, but I'm using Agrax Earthshade and I like it a lot. Once that's dry, I'm going to use Runefang steel. With this color, I'm going to edge highlight it all of the silver areas. This will give them a very bright highlight, but keeping a little bit of the darker brown as dirt, or making it look old, but it's still kind of shiny and metallic. Once that's done, I need to highlight the blacks. I'm going to start with Eshin Gray. This is going to be a very subtle highlight because I watered it down a lot so that it looks more transparent and easier on the transition. So I'm going to edge highlight all of the edges, trying to keep the black in the center and get all the edges with this color. This is going to go on all of the edges on all of the black parts. After that's done, I'm going to use Dawnstone. This color, I'm going to use it as an extreme highlight on the black, focusing on the sharpest edges and places that are directly facing up. And this is going to bring an extreme highlight to the black to make it look even more rich and three-dimensional. Once that's done, we're almost finished. I'm going to use Mephiston red to paint the eyes, and as usual, as we paint the eyes, we paint the whole lens with one color, which is Mephiston red. After that, I'm going to use Wild Rider red and paint the half front part of the lens to give it a highlight. I'm using my fingernail to adjust the tip of the brush. It's not really a palette, but it's a trick I do. Next, I'm going to use Fire Dragon Bright, and this color is just a little dot on the very front part of the lens. And to finish it off, I'm going to use a little dot of White Scar on the back part of the lens to give it a reflection and make the lens effect. And this is the finished model. I had a lot of fun painting this miniature. It was a little difficult in the beginning because we had to be careful to apply the yellow layers without much crumbs and covering a lot of detail. So we have to be very patient with that, but there's steps that you can take, such as getting a yellow primer so that you can fly through that step a lot faster. The miniature looks very light and eye-catching, and also has few colors, so it's easy to paint, and I like it very much. So that's it. I hope you found this tutorial entertaining and helpful, and if you like it, please don't forget to like, comment, and subscribe. Let me know what you would like to see next, and I'll see you on the next video. Thank you very much for watching. You stayed. Great. Thank you very much for watching my video, and if you would like to further support my channel, you can become my Patreon on Patreon. You can pledge as little as $1 a month, and you are helping me create more and better content. If you can't, that's fine, because you're helping my channel a lot just for watching and sharing, but you can read all of the details if you follow the link in the description below. I hope you can spare $1 to make this hobby of mine a job for which I can get paid. Thanks for watching, and I hope to see you on the next video.